Hi, this is Deborah from Dinglefoot.com, and this week I'm going to show you a very simple birthday card. So you can see I have dark red cardstock and very light pink cardstock for the front of my card. The neat thing about this card is you can just change it up, just change these colors, and you have a card for a man. It works just as well that way. So I have some mini copper brads, and I have copper perfect pearls and the perfect medium that comes in the little kit, or you can get this in the bigger pads too. I have a brush to apply it. I have an owl stamp, just a little owl sitting on a branch, and I have a happy birthday stamp. I'm going to be using that also. So no ink except for the perfect medium, and I have a little hole punch. Now for the corner of my cards, I decided that I wanted to use the brads as the decoration, so I cut myself a little template. This was just a square, and I cut it in half and made it the size I wanted. And we're going to use this as the template to make marks where we're going to put our brads. So, to do that, just going to lay this in the corner where I think I want my little brads. And I pulled it out just a little bit from the edge because the brads are 1/8 inch, so I don't want it sticking right in the corner. So I just pulled that out. I'm going to make a mark on each corner. So I have 3 marks. I'm going to take this and just move it around all 4 sides and do the exact same thing. So I'll try to get it about the same there. Just make our little 3 dots, and that is going to be where I use the little punch and punch my holes. Gotta move this around this way. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going around my card. Just do all 4 sides like that, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have my little marks, 3 marks in each corner. I don't know if you can see it there on the camera, but I'm going to go ahead and just punch those with my little hole punch. You can use a needle, whatever you have. So I'm going to punch all of those out, but I'm not going to put the brads in yet because I don't want that bulk on the back of my card yet while I'm doing my stamping. But I'm just going to get these ready so I don't have to do the holes later. And you might need a little wire cutter because the prongs on the brad, since they're this close to the edge, they're going to be probably sticking out a little bit. In that case, you just cut off the little prongs that are sticking out, and that's all there is to that. So I have my owl stamp. I'm going to take my perfect medium. You could use other ink to the perfect pearls work as long as there's moisture to set them. This perfect medium is just a little bit of a sticky ink, so you have a little bit of time to work with it. So just make sure your image is covered. Always tap these down because they're so light and so fine that you don't want them coming out everywhere. So I'm going to take my owl, just stamp it right in the middle of my card. Make sure you press it really down really well so we get the whole pattern on there. So now I'm going to take my paintbrush, just dip it right in the perfect pearls, and we're just going to swirl them right around on our image. And these go really far. That looks like a little tiny pot of perfect pearls, but it takes quite a long time to use them up. I'm just going to make sure, get my image covered really well. So you can see my little owl has appeared, and now I'm going to take a rag. I'm just going to wipe that right off. And they won't come off. You'll still have your beautiful image right there. And I'm going to do the same thing with my happy birthday stamp. I'm going to get that stamped with the perfect medium. Just repeat the same process. Get that inked really well. Okay, same thing, we're just going to press it down. This time I'm going to just put it under the owl. So just make sure you got that covered really well. Okay, grab my paintbrush again, grab my perfect pearls. Okay, take my cloth and just wipe them off. Okay, there's the front of my card. So all my stamping is done. Now all I have to do is take all my little copper brads and just stick them through the holes that we made already. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I got my little brads through, and I ended up having to take my wire cutters and cut off one of the prongs on each of the edges, just so it wouldn't be sticking out. And since I have all these brads on the back of the card, I'm going to just go ahead and pop it up so that there won't be little lumps. Sometimes if you use just a regular adhesive that's flat, then you got lumps on the edges sticking up. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the Zots and put one in the middle also, just so it doesn't cave in the middle. And then that simply just goes right in the front of your card. And make sure I get it straight there. And we are finished. Thanks so much for watching.